A lot have been said about Kaburengu black spot. And I want to holistically say about it what I know. There is a stretch of land between, if I'm not wrong, between Panpepa in Webuye and just past Kipkaren. Those Kina Mkhonje area, Kina whatever. All of them are black spots. Maturu is also a black spot and so on. But the darkest black spot in that area is Kaburengu. When I was working with the intelligence, we used to write a lot of reports. And it just happens that every decade, new people come to the government, we meet them, we talk about certain areas, we say, this and this place, you talk about how challenges that are there. Somebody turns to you and say, hey, you mean in the 80s that problem was there? Say, yes, that problem was there in the 80s. Person says that it's still there. You're just talking as if you were there yesterday. According to Kaburengu, these things have been talked, and I became aware of Kaburengu as a black spot in 1980. Of course, I didn't grow up at home. So in the 80s, when I joined Bungoma High for my A-levels, that is when I started hearing even this theory about drivers, people applying detergent on the roads and so on. That is the first time I heard it in 1980. And we have discussed, and nothing happens. We, the intelligence, that's how we are made. You advise somebody, whether he does it or not, you have done your part. Kaburengu comes from the word Hurengua. Hurengua is a Luhya word equivalent to Swahili word kuzuba. So Kaburengu means pahali watu wanazuba. And then Kaburengu, there's I'm sure you have heard of something called Nandi Hills, Nandi Range of Hills. On one end, there is Chetambi Hill, just next to Webuye CBD. That is the first of the several Nandi Range of Hills. And then it goes that way. There is Chimoi Hill. And then they go to Kubasali Hill, so on and so on. Kubasali is also called Chikimangeti. Now you'll find that Chimoi is a Kalenjin word which is called Kipmoi. One of the president was called Arap Moi. So I'm told if you are son to Moi, you say you are called Kipmoi or something like that. Then Arap Moi, maybe it's belonging to the clan of Moi, something like that. But the president's father used to be called Kipmoi, or so I was told. So you find Kimanget is... Now, Kabrasis could not pronounce Kipmoi, so they say Chimoi. Kimangeti is a Kalenjin word which I don't know the meaning, but Kabrasis will call it Chimangeti. So that way. And there is from Chimoi to Kaburengu, the Nini is so steep. And governments have been addressing these areas, because if you look at if you are coming from Kiganjo College, you are going to Nyeri town, there is also a very dangerous place there. The government does not address it. We have Tharaka-Nithi. Tharaka-Nithi we have been having black spots for as long as you can remember. And in fact, in Tharaka-Nithi, they say that when you are in a matatu, and you're talking to somebody, as you reach there, you stop talking until you cross there. You are just afraid of falling over. Another place we have which is very dangerous is Kangosho. Kangosho is, as you leave the place from Karatina, you are going towards Nairobi. That is Kangosho. There was even a song, a Kikuyu song, in the 60s, which was said, Twakinya Kangosho gutire uria waragiaga nonge. When we reached Kangosho, I think that song is Selina Wito Manyina na Teresa. Yeah. If it is not that song, then it is a song that was sung around that time. That when the vehicle reached Kangosho, nobody talked. But when you look at the road at Kangosho, because of the Marwa Road, you'll find that because of the expansion of Marwa Road, Kangosho is now taken care of. There was also another black spot at Lanet. At Lanet, there used to be a very sharp road, sharp bend that the vehicles used to hit a certain acacia tree. But when it was expanded and made into a dual carriage, that place has been taken care of. I do believe that for us to have problems solved in Kaburengu, we have to direct heavy vehicles not to use that. Or not just that, it is even possible that from Chimoi, instead of vehicles going to Uganda direction, they could take the Tombo route, then they come to Matete. From Matete, they go and cross the river Nzoia at this place called Mufunje. Mufunje is a very dangerous, not only in Kenya, but I've seen in many countries. We just look, we have these things that we call disaster in waiting. You just see a disaster in waiting, people, and when the disaster happens, people say, and look what najua tu, look what najua. Mufunje, people take it as a tourist attraction, where you go there and the wind blows that, and people, that thing is dangerous, and let us not wait until somebody dies or a lot of people. It was constructed a long time ago using wires. We don't know whether the wires will cut or it will continue being that. If we could use that road for the vehicles coming from Eldoret, they go and join the Webuye after that. You'll find that Chimoi, Tombo area, the decline is smaller. And then those who are coming the other way around, they come and go up. We have also had cases, yes, people ask, are there detergents, oil, or anything applied there? I can authoritatively say, yes, there is one or two cases, but very few. It would be unfair to say that most of the happen that way. There is also a problem where in Chimoi now, where you find that a person having a trailer from Mombasa or going to Uganda, after selling, if it is a tanker, it is almost impossible. But we have had the cases. In fact, Nakuru or Eldoret, I remember police officers have raided places where people siphon from the tank. But a good number of the accidents in Chimoi do occur have occurred because you find the driver sells the fuel that is fueling the vehicle. The driver cells, so that when he reaches at such places, he leaves the vehicle in free fall. What I'm trying to say is that if you do that 2 to 3 declines, you'll have you are given fuel to cover 400 kilometers. So if you have 2 or 3 such places, and those 2 or 3 places cover 50 kilometers, then you siphon fuel equivalent to that distance. So we have had that where people siphon not the fuel that is on the tanker, because some of these lorries even don't carry fuel, but the fuel that is supposed to run that vehicle. So when you go down the decline, you find that you let the vehicle go free, and then you fail to control it. But then there is also this case of people strategically placed. People are strategically placed, whereby you go there, you are a tanker driver, you park next to a bar in Chimoy, people notice you and go and sit next to you and buy you beer. They buy you beer. When I used to take alcohol, and I think it is still applicable today, I've never seen somebody who takes beer turn down a beer. So they buy you beer, but there is a syndicate there waiting. After you stagger to the vehicle, you can't control it, it falls, and that is when the place is looted. There is, lastly, there is even a school of thought where people came and even did some mapping where the vehicles to Uganda or Bungoma, Uganda, they branch off at Lwandeti, go past through there is the Webuye Falls. The Webuye Falls goes to your left, so that the road goes and gets the past Webuye at a place called Mabanga. You rejoin the road around there. But you see, that is what happens, whereby we plan that and then we forget, and then once a major accident happens, we also find that whenever such an accident also occurs, you find again they go and sit down and a new committee comes up with the same recommendation. We also have a problem with the Muhonje area between Maturu and beyond Maturu as you go to Kipkaren area. There is a very straight line where drivers come driving on free wheel, so that the vehicle. Some people have even mentioned that we place their bumps, but my experience is also. Do you know that bumps also contribute to accidents? Because especially in unmarked bumps, or the bumps that somebody just comes and finds himself, the vehicle is tossed up. When it comes down, before he realizes he has gone to the second bump and whatever. We should have a way that that place should be holistically be addressed. If you're passing through Kipkaren, when you look to the east where the water comes from, you'll see an old bridge there. There used to be vehicles used to fall into the river at that place. And then I think there is one which had students, Mawingo bus, which went and fell into that. And that is when the government became serious and constructed the new bridge. And if you find the new bridge, The only problem is if you have braking problems, maybe you hit other vehicles and whatever. But chances of falling into the river is minimized. I hope and believe that the government should look into that, because we have already lost a lot of people there, especially Muhonje. Muhonje, recently we had a case where a tanker went and entered into a shop and it blew up and hellfire came from there. That stretch of road from Panpepa to Kipkaren, you are lucky to have finished a month without hearing a fatal accident. And that is, it happened from the 70s and it is still happening. How many more people have to die for such a thing to stop? Amen.